Hello students, once again welcome to all of you. In previous lecture, we have discussed e-commerce application and recent trends of e-commerce. Now, today we are going to discuss risks in e-commerce and its preventive measures. So let us start one by one. Now we will see risk in e-commerce. Here, understanding e-commerce risk will help you better design your business and operational policies and in selecting the right fraud prevention tools and security control for your organization. Then, the threat is the potential for the occurrence of a harmful event such as an attack. The electronic payment system have a very important role in e-commerce. So what is an electronic payment system? Electronic payment system is a system which helps the user or customer to make online payment. Okay. Here, e-commerce organization use electronic payment system that refer to paperless monetary transaction. There is a certain risk with the electronic payment system. Here is the cyber security diagram. First risk in e-commerce is a financial fraud. So students, an electronic payment system has a huge risk of fraud. The computing devices use an identity of the person for authorizing a payment such as password and security questions. These authentication are not full proof in determining the identity of a person. If the password and the answer to the security questions are matched, the system does not care who is on the other side. Okay. Then if someone has access to our password or the answer to our security question, he will gain access to our money and can steal it from us. Okay. So this is the major risk in e-commerce, financial fraud. Next, denial of service attack. It is a security attack in which the attacker takes action that prevent the correct users from accessing the electronic devices. It makes a network resource unavailable to its intended user by temporarily disturbing services of a host connected to the internet. Okay, so this is the second risk of e-commerce. Next, credit or debit card fraud. Students, a credit card allows us to borrow money from a recipient bank to make purchases. The issuer of the credit card has the condition that the cardholder will pay back the borrowed money with an additional agreed upon charges. And the debit card is a plastic card which issued by the financial organization to account holder who has a saving deposit account that can be used instead of cash to make purchases. And the debit card can be used only when the fund is available in the account. Okay. And the credit card fraud is identity theft in its most simple and common form. It can be accomplished either through a scenario like one we just mentioned, or it can happen when your pre-approved credit card offer fall into a wrong hand. And fraud generally refers to the unauthorized use of one or more of your credit card account. You usually discover fraud when your credit card is lost or you find unfamiliar charges on your billing statement, or you get call or letter about things you did not buy, and your credit card company's fraud department contact you a question on charge. If you suspect fraud on your account, contact your credit card company immediately. They will be able to help you verify whether fraud has occurred or remove charges that you or anyone authorized to use your card did not make, and close down your account to prevent more fraud transaction. Okay, so this is also a risk of e-commerce. Next, ATM. All are known ATM machine. Full form of ATM machine is automated teller machine. It is the favorite place of the fraudster. From there they can steal our card details. Some of the important techniques which the criminal option for getting hold of our card information is, it is the process of attacking a data skimming device in the card reader of the ATM. When the customer swipes their card in the ATM card reader, the information is copied from the magnetic strip to the device. By doing this, the criminal get to know the details of the card number and name, CVV number, expiry date of the card and the order details. Okay. Next is virus. You know that a virus is a self-replicating program that spread by inserting copies of itself into other executable code or document. Students, virus can either copy themselves directly into executable file or can infect files that are open proceed by the target executable. For example, PDF document and Flash applications. There are different types of computer virus. Computer virus can be classified in many different ways based on a number of factors such as their entry point, infection strategy, objective, etc. First virus type is the Trojan horse, then worm, boot sector virus, memory residence virus, email virus, etc. All are the types of computer virus. Next is backdoor attack. Students, it is a type of attacks which gives an attacker to unauthorized access to a system by bypass the normal authentication mechanism. It works in background and hide itself from the user, that makes it difficult to detect and remove. So, these all are the risks of e-commerce. Next point, preventive measures. Students, following are the preventive measures to ensure your e-commerce security. We will see. First is choosing the right platform. In that point, e-commerce security depends very much on the e-commerce platform you choose. Even the package that you choose affect the performance of your website. Reading the review about the e-commerce platform will give you a pretty good idea of what the platform has to offer and if it fits your requirement. Always start with the trial version to find out how convenient and secure the platform is. In the platform and even the package you subscribe the matter for the security of your e-commerce website. Next is use a secure connection for checkout in bracket SSL. In that point, the internet works on HTTP protocol for transferring information from the user's browser to the hosting server. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP by its nature is not secure in transferring secure information. That's because by default it does not implement any type of encryption on the data being transferred. This puts your e-commerce website user at the mercy of hackers on the same network sniffing for information that is being sent. This could include password, credit card number, addresses, all through what is the commonly termed man-in-the-middle attack. A solution of this problem is implement your e-commerce website on a more secure protocol, which is the HTTPS. HTTPS implements an SSL. SSL means Secure Socket Layer certificate that enable all communication between the user's web browser and the e-commerce website server to be completely encrypted. The encryption in communication ensure that the user's information is not exposed to anyone monitoring the network traffic. Okay. Next is, do not store sensitive user data. Avoid storing sensitive information like credit card number, CVV, etc. Don't store this information if you don't need it. By not storing the information, you are in fact protecting yourself and your website from potential threat. Websites usually store a lot of information about the users in their database. One good security practice is to not store any sensitive financial information about your users in the database after they complete their purchase. Okay, next, request strong password from users. Okay, most of the time the website does not have a lot of control on what password a user chooses. Hackers are trained to guess this type of simple password through technique known as social engineering. Okay, in order to tackle this problem, you can implement additional validation rule on your sign up form, asking your users to choose more sophisticated passwords that are harder to break. This can be done by getting them to use a combination of upper and lower case letters, numbers and special character. Okay. Next, always backup your system and database. Last but not definitely least, it is an absolute necessary for your team and to invest in a backup strategy. Backup allow you to keep copies of your data for referring to it in case any problem occur on the main server of your e-commerce application. Okay. Online backup are needed for data redundancy. That is, you can switch to choose backup automatically in case your primary server that is serving your e-commerce solution fail or is compromised. Okay. In addition to that, having an offline backup solution that allow you to keep a copy of all your data on your local office server is very important. Okay. Getting your e-commerce solution backup and running can be simple as uploading your data to another hosting provider in such a case, thus minimizing the downtime for users and business. Okay, so these all are the preventive measures of e-commerce security. So students, today first chapter was completed. In next lecture, we are going to start chapter 2, types of e-commerce business. Thank you.